Hi, welcome to this space with me. It's so good to have you here today to have this conversation. Um, would you care to introduce yourself for us, all those listening?
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, Laura. My name is Laurie Fishburne, and I reside in Cliffside Park, which is in Bergen County in New Jersey. I've lived in Bergen County since 2001, and I love New Jersey.
Yes,
I'd like to head the Chamber of Commerce for the state because I love it so much. Serious.
your love of New Jersey is wearing off on me, Laurie. Gratefully, bits at a time. So, um, well, I'm just wondering. I mean, I know some of parts of the answers to these questions because we've talked often about the LGBT community as well as other marginalized groups of people having their voices heard. But can you let can you express how you come? What is your connection around or with the LGBT community?
My connection is personal from a number of standpoints. I stand up for those in our community, in our society who are marginalized. I believe personally that it is my responsibility to watch out for those who are oppressed, those who are more vulnerable to forces that want to do them harm. On another personal level, my brother is a gay man who does not live in New Jersey. And so that is my connection.
Mhm, mhm. Thank you for sharing that. So if you were to imagine well, first of all, there is not an LGBTQ center in Bergen County at this time. And how do you feel, what areas of need could, uh, could be around us um, bec- by that absence, by such an absence of a center? Or what do you feel a center would offer?
I want all members of our community to know that they belong wherever they go. And that includes places where we need to go for things. I want everyone to feel as comfortable as I do going to the grocery store, walking down the street. I want everyone to feel safe walking in to see a doctor and talking about personal problems. I want people to feel that their dignity is important, that they can get help, get services, just as I can, anywhere we go.
Yeah.
And I know of stories of people who don't have that privilege. And it shouldn't be a privilege, it should be our right as citizens of the United States, as citizens of the world, as citizens of Bergen County.
Yes, yes. And it's interesting that you mentioned that you mentioned doctors and what an opportunity this could be to have such resources available, such as doctors who know how to navigate um, within the LGBTQ community. And, whether it's language, whether it's, you know, anatomy, but to have our medical doctors that are sensitive to that be available for the need and to be able to connect those dots. Um,
Yes, I feel strongly about that. I feel strongly that we all needed to be treated again with dignity and respect and with some knowledge. In this world, we human beings cause harm in three ways: through ignorance or aversion or obsession. And if ignorance or aversion are causing someone to feel like they're not being heard, or not being given the respect that is their right, then that is something that we need to do something about.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, are you involved in any what areas in your life do you see this the some of the need being met or some of the voices being heard from the LGBT community? Your connection with your brother, I'm sure, is part of that.
It is part of that, Laura, and I don't have great visibility because my brother lives in Asheville, North Carolina. I live here. My brother talks to me about his involvement with, um, what do you call it? Chauffeuring. I guess it is chauffeuring, chaperoning LGBTQ proms that are held in the school system there where he lives. Because LGBTQ high school students were harassed and abused at high school proms. The need was seen and met with an alternative, and my brother is part of that initiative, part of that ongoing support, and does the chaperoning. So I hear about um, situations like that are sad, and then the recognition for a need for change and real change that then happens.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds like great work. um yeah,
Yeah, it is. It
beautiful.
is.
He
It
sounds.
it it costs nothing, next to nothing, because they have the community, the merchants all donate everything: the space, the music, the refreshments.
Mhm.
So the monetary cost is nothing, and um, it brings the community together.
Yeah.
That's the misunderstanding I think that some people have, is that, oh, the separation is, somehow dividing us, when in fact the truth is that it joins us together. So
Mhm.
in that particular case, um, the whole community comes together and celebrates.
Mm.
Not a separation, but celebrates. Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah, I agree. If we're this whole and there are parts of us, some of us, parts of us that remain unheard or hurting or in need, then it really, in my opinion, affects the whole. If any one part of
Yes.
us um, are not their not, well-being is not protected, any part of us,
Yes.
it ultimately affects the whole. um
Absolutely. I believe that with all my heart.
yeah, so um do you happen to have any added thoughts you want to bring to this? This is what you've said is just is has been very impactful, Laurie.
I like where you started, Laura, and that is with medical care. That's a critical piece of the change that we need to make right here in Bergen County. And we may not be able to fix everything all at once, not a Pollyanna, but what a great place to start. And we have a wonderful, wonderful county medical facility right here. So let's use those resources that we have, educate folks, bring some sensitivity, just some understanding, bring it up close and personal, and make real change there. What a place to start.
Yeah, what close and personal. I love that. Thank you for that. That's going to be how I vision it, close and personal. So Well, if you have no additional thoughts at this time, let me just make sure that you feel comfortable with everything that you shared here today with me.
I do. I do.
Wonderful. And you're aware that eventually this video will be up on a website for public view, um, and that you can ask for it to be taken down. You'll just ask the author of this project, and your video can be taken down. Just allow enough notice for that to be arranged, and it can be taken down.
I understand all of that.
Good, thank you. Um, I think that that's all. This is powerful stuff, and we have spoken to the need, I think. So, thank you so much for your insights, Laurie,
It was a pleasure, Laura.
and for your
Thank you. This is an important project. Yeah.
yes, and thank you for
Okay.
your work. I get to see you behind the scenes, and you're busy at it. So I appreciate you encouraging me on in the work, and that we have each other.
I'm
So,
very grateful for that as well. Okay, Laura.
so
Thank you. Be well.
thank you, and you as well.